Today we're going to be trying our hand at DIY spray foam insulation.
Seriously, I just had it.
In the process of building the new garage, I've come to the point where it's time to insulate, and I decided to go with spray foam. And I found a kit on Amazon made by Vega Bond. It's a purple coat. It's a closed cell spray foam insulation which will seal up all the cracks, and I wanted to go with foam rather than bats because it seals out all the air and I feel it would be more efficient in a steel building that we've constructed. Not knowing exactly how far this stuff would go, I bought a 12-pack of this. It comes in a kit with a gun and a suit and gloves and everything that you'll need in order to utilize the kit. And I'm interested to see how it's going to do. It says that each one of these canisters will do up to 20 board feet. At this point, I want to get a base layer of at least an inch down around the top side of the building so that I can put my ceiling in and not worry about overspray. The directions for this stuff says that you need to warm the cans between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I've done is I've taken a small heating blanket and put it into a box and set the canisters over top of it, covered it with a towel, and put a thermometer in there so that I can monitor temperatures, because it says that you shouldn't exceed 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Another thing of note is you should have these cans at room temperature at least 24 hours prior to starting your project. As you can see here, I have a small heating blanket and a box, and I've just laid them across the top. I set the heating blanket to 150 degrees because there's a lot of lost temperature, and then I covered them with a towel just so that they could heat evenly. And right now I'm right around 90 degrees, which is perfect to use these guys. So I'll be able to pull these out and take them out to the garage and use them. The kit comes with everything you'll need: a protective suit, drop cloth, gun, safety goggles, mask, gloves, cleaning solution, and also the spray foam that comes with it. According to the instructions, surface prep is pretty important, so you want to make sure that your surface areas are all clean of any dirt and debris. The other thing that the instructions say is it's good to moisten down the area that you're going to be doing with some water. So I just have an old Windex bottle here that I cleaned out really well and filled it with some water, and you just lightly mist over top of it in order to help the spray foam adhere to the surfaces. Each individual can comes with two small nozzles. One's for a wide spray, and I'm assuming the other is to spray up to get in those hard to reach places. You can just put them on the end of your gun and you can rotate them as needed in order to adjust which way you want the gun to spray. One more thing to keep in mind is you want to keep the temperature where you're applying this stuff above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm keeping mine right around 65 degrees with a couple torpedo heaters. That will help with adhesion of the foam and also expansion of the foam. Well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm going to suit up and get started here. I almost forgot you need to shake the can vigorously for about 2 minutes before you start in on things. The gun itself is pretty straightforward. It's got a little nozzle that you can articulate up and down to get into hard to reach places. Because this can should remain vertical while you use it, you just pop the top off and screw it in. And on the front side of things, you just attach your nozzle on there really securely and then rotate it to whatever direction you want the spray foam to spray. You can adjust the flow rate of how fast the foam comes out of the gun by rotating this knob here. Here is our first primary coat. It went on pretty evenly. I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with this stuff. You need to hold back just a little bit, probably about a foot or 18 inches whenever you're spraying wide, and just do it nice and slow, kind of like you would be if you were spray painting something. It did go on thin in a couple of areas where you can kind of still see the Tyvek, but I'm really pleased with this as far as a first coat. I need to allow at least 30 to 60 minutes for this stuff to, expand and cure. And then since I went left to right for the first run, for my second one, I'll probably go up and down. I did want to make sure that I put it on a little bit thicker around the corners, just to make sure that I got a good tight seal there, so that whenever I do go for my second coat, I can bring this out to about 3 inches. Switching out cans is pretty easy. You just remove this safety top here, and then unscrew the old one and put the new one in. you will want to make sure that it's good and tight in there. And then we're just going to pop off the old nozzle and put a new one on, and we're ready to go for our second bottle. Well, I finished up my first course the whole way around the building. It took me about 11 cans out of the 12 pack that I purchased. And all in all, I'm pretty darn satisfied with the way this stuff went on. There wasn't a lot of overspray once you get the gun dialed in. There is a little bit of a learning curve to it, but if you follow the directions, keep the cans warm and shake them well, the stuff goes on pretty darn well. So I'm really pleased with it. I don't know that I would tackle a project this size using individual cans. I might look into getting a bigger kit because Vega Bond does have a little bit of a larger kit. So I might look into that for doing the rest of the building. But I wanted to get the first course done so that I can put my ceiling in and not have to worry about overspray getting on my brand new ceiling. Cleanup for this stuff is pretty straightforward. You just untwist the old can once it's empty, you set it aside, and then it comes with this foam cleaner that you just insert, twist it in just like you do the other ones. And then you'll give this a couple of light sprays into a garbage can or something like that. You just give it a few sprays, just enough to clear out the excess insulation that's still in the gun. And then you just untwist it, set it to the side. Now, the gun itself will still hold pressure, so once you're all said and done, take the can off, remove it, and then relieve any excess pressure. This can also comes with a little spray nozzle that you can put on top like this and use it just like a normal aerosol can to clean up tools and stuff like that. I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, and we'll see you in the next one.